Hi Stitchers, this is Stitching to Connect Annie from Denver, Colorado area on Wednesday, March 29th. We're almost to April. I'm going to be a hair messer today because I used a new conditioner and it's frizzy and I don't understand because my hair is never frizzy. So if I mess with it, that's what it is. But if you watch me for very long, you know I'm a hair toucher when I'm doing this. So it's good to see you. It's been a good 2 weeks. I told you it would be that long because I went to a retreat this weekend. So just to back up, this is a channel about cross-stitching, pretty much cross-stitching. There might be a few other things along the edges like knitting or diamond painting, not very much. And occasionally some quilting thrown in there, and a little bit of life at the end. I try to put my life at the end of my videos. Sometimes it sneaks in here and there, but I just wanted to do a review. This is, I went to Steel City Stitchers Retreat in Pittsburgh. It was lovely. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I went last year in February. I think it was maybe the first or second week of February. The weather was horrible, so I wasn't going to go back this year, but my table from last year was like, no, you have to come. We have to have a reunion. So I went ahead and signed up, and I wasn't sorry. It was great. A lot more people were there this year, a lot more stitchers because the weather was decent, and a lot of people do tend to drive from the New England area. So it was great. There were some stitchers from California at my table. There was some stitchers locally, and my two stitchers that I stitched with last year, Jessica, it's a couple hours away, and then Amy comes from Connecticut, so she has quite a drive. And then I met a new gal from, I think she's a couple hours away. I think I said that her name was Christina. It was Laurel and her daughter, and I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Holler at me. Let me know your name. She made an amazing gift for everybody at the table, and then there was a mother. So we had 2 sets of mother and daughters at our table, which was really fun. So it was a great time. And then a friend of mine that I had met at Black Needle Society camp last summer, she's from DC area. She drove up 4 hours maybe from there, 4 hours maybe, yeah. And so I got to see her again. She had joined me at my daughter's when I went to DC to watch my grandkids in September. So I had stitched with her then, and then she came. So we were supposed to have 8 at a table, and I squeezed her in, so we had 9 because I didn't want her to feel left out. Pardon me. I got a tickle in my throat, of course. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a review of what I stitched and my experience of Steel City Stitchers. If you're not familiar with them, there are 4 gals: Erin, Erica, Kristen, Jody. I was going to remember. I had to remember those 4 gals. And they have a floss tube called Steel City Stitchers. And they put together this retreat, and it was great. They had it at the Sheraton Airport Hotel. So that was another nice thing. We had a shuttle that picked us up at the airport and then delivered us to the airport. So didn't have to rent a car or Uber or anything. That was delightful. So that took a little bit of the expense and complication out of arrivals and departures. So that was nice too. I think they're having it at the same venue next year This was a different place than they had it last year, and last year's was lovely too. But so that was nice. And then when I was getting ready to wait for my shuttle, a couple, I think there were 4 or 5 stitchers standing over to the side, and one of them said, "Annie," and I went, did I say this is Stitching to Connect, Annie? I think I did. Anyway, Annie, and I looked up, and it was a gal, Emmy, that I had met. Another strange kind of meeting was I was on a virtual retreat, not strange, but out of the ordinary meeting. So I'd never met her in person till this time. I met her virtually for the Hogwarts retreat that Black Needle Society puts on in the summer. That's a virtual retreat from all weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, part of Sunday. And Katie had put me in charge of a Quidditch team. And I said, "Oh, okay, sure." But I knew nothing about Quidditch, nothing. And I like Harry Potter, and I read a couple of Harry Potter books to my grandkids as they were growing up, and I've seen all the movies, but I haven't read all the books, and I'm not an aficionado. Emmy is an aficionado. She knows it backwards and forwards, and she was on my team, and she pulled us through. I think we won 1 match, and she was great. She was like my right-hand person. So it was great to meet Emmy, and she had a gal that she'd met at the airport named Carrie from South Dakota. Can't remember where Emmy's from. North Dakota, either North or South. Sorry, Carrie, if you're watching. So I met a new friend through Emmy, and kind of connected with them throughout the weekend, went over to where their table was. I met all of her table, and they had a bunch of connections throughout their table. And so the only other one I can remember at that table, and I'm sorry, but her name was Anne. That was easy to remember. So Annie. So I got to know a few more stitchers, so that was fun. So that was great. And then, yeah, just had the best time. They had a raffle where you, just because you came, you got a slew of raffle tickets in your welcome bag, and I won a pattern by Colleen Rebel Stitcher, which I had looked at before and never bought, but I thought I'd like to enjoy stitching it, and it's great. And so I started that, and I'll show you that a little later. So that was fun. And then when you go to a retreat, very often your table mates will either give you table gifts, or you will exchange small things, just stitching kind of things. And oh my goodness, and again, I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but she made us these beautiful project keepers. Has 2 vinyl see-through pockets, and yeah, she made them, and she made each of us one. That was a real treat. My friend from, oh, and she brought these, she had done these playing cards as floss drops. She did holes, and so they were playing cards, and I put one of my colors that I used on my Women of Honor sampler on that. So we got that. I got that from her. My friend from BC, Karen. So hi Karen, if you're there. She made this beautiful scissor fob, which I put on my scissors to join my other scissor fob that I got at camp last year. So I have some really pretty scissor fobs, and those definitely fall first, but I always keep my cover, because these are gingers, and I love them, and they're super sharp, and I don't want anything dulling them. So, but now if they fall, these will definitely fall. They say to put scissor fobs of this kind on your scissors so that if they fall like off a table or your chair or whatever, it will land on the floor. This will land first. It'll weight down your scissors so it doesn't land on the tip, which is a really good idea. But since I always put my cover back on my scissors, it's all good. So then the same gal that made us this gave us this, which is really cute. It's a little, has a little bee on it, and one of those little, it's really cute. So I'll probably gift this to a friend that I know likes bees, because I'm not a bee person, but it was very sweet. So I like that. I'm gonna attach that to that bag. Somebody, Serenity Stitcher, and so you can go around and drop little gifties off at all the tables too, and I did that with my floss drops of Sierra. It has all my info on it, then it, and I put them in little baggies for people. And then so often when you get back to your chair after being gone from your chair for a while, there's little gifties at your chair, and it's really fun. Somebody made a pickle, Serenity Stitcher, Haven Stitchery. I don't know her name because I wasn't there when she came by, but that's too cute as a, add that. Oh, it's actually wood. That is very fun. I gotta look up and see what she does with her wood items, because that's very cool. Stitching and Design, Stitching with Grammy. I know she does bags. I did not buy any project bags. I was very proud of myself. So, nice floss drops that you can punch holes in. She did the same thing I did. I put mine in a little gauze bags, and didn't punch holes in it, and then you can punch your own holes. Even though I took my hole punch with me this year. Farmhouse Flossies and Such. I think this is from this retreat. This was in my bag, and I'm not positive, but I'll have to look them up and see some more. That's her business card, and then these are her floss drops she gave us. Some more of the cards, which is fun, and flamingos. And since that's my theme, Flossie went with me. And so did my stitching piece from All Things Winter. So I had my little, we all decided that was our table. The word escapes me. Mascot, table mascot. Yeah, Flossie. So she was with me. She went with me on the trip. And so, yeah, I've talked several times about my my mascot this year being a flamingo. And I do know Best Black Needle Society's box in May is flamingos related. So I'm very excited to see that. And I have a few flamingo patterns. And I'm kind of all beach things this year. I already kind of decided that. This, unfortunately, came off my gift, my Project Keeper gift. So this was also made by the gal who made us those cool Project Keeper things. And it came off of the zipper pull. It was a zipper pull that came off. And so I need to reattach that, or make it into a scissor fob, or do something with it, because it's very, very pretty. And she stitched a little roundy on that, round in the hoop for that too, which is interesting because we got several of those last year. I don't think she was at our retreat last year, so I don't know where she got these, but we got a couple of these last year at Steel City Stitchers Retreat. So this was a really cute idea to use, and so I may use that idea, or find some more of these. Very cute idea for that. I think that was all. Oh, and then we got some Pittsburgh colors in our gifty bag, and so they were made by forbidden fiber for Steel City Stitchers. There was a project. It was a pickle and a pierogi, little small, that was the pattern for the weekend, and I didn't stitch it because my stitching time is very precious to me, and I knew it's very cute. It's very cute. I just didn't want to take the time to stitch it. But a lot of people then, they gave you a finishing kit also, and then then you could finish it while you were there. So if you go to their, other people will do a review, and if you go to their website, you'll see, or their floss tube, you'll see that little project finished, and it's very, very cute, and I'm sure you can get a hold of that pattern if it's something you love. And it was designed by Pumpkin something Pumpkin. It'll come to me. It was very cute, but it wasn't my style, and so I chose not to stitch it. So the things I bought while I was there. So I won that pattern. Also, the other really fun thing was I subscribe or belong, I don't know what you call it, to a Patreon that is Hello Liz Matthews, and it's the behind the scenes. She has different levels, and I'm on the behind the scenes one because I'm interested in her design aesthetics, how she chooses to design, etc., because I want to dip my toe into design this year. And she offered some giveaways with her favorite market pieces from 2023, and I won two. It was one giveaway, but it had two items in it. One was a Kathy Barrick, I think it was called Majestic Birds. The other one was, I'm not going to remember, it's a spring basket of flowers. It's very, very pretty. So I won those while I was at, and you didn't have to be present or anything. I won one of those while I was at, or those two patterns charts while I was at this retreat. So that was a treat too. I just was like, oh my gosh. So I won 3 things this weekend. It's so funny. I was telling my husband that I won, or my sister or somebody, and I said, I never used to win anything. Of course, I never really entered anything either before I got into this whole cross-stitch community world. And now I win things all the time, which is really fun. So don't be afraid to enter because you could win. Some things I just don't enter because I think, oh, somebody else would really enjoy that more than I would. I think that's my attitude. Not that I don't think they're great. I think it's great. It's just something maybe wouldn't be my first choice to stitch. And I would like somebody else to enjoy it and get the joy of winning. So I just don't enter. Not that I'm going to win everything. Not that. But anyway, that's my attitude. So enter if you want. And then if you win, it's fabulous. So I belong to Floss Club and Fabric Club with, boy, my brain is disconnected today. Stitch New England's shop, Pam. She's stitching in the Land of Good Enough floss tubes, if you ever want to watch her floss tubes. But she has a brick and mortar store called Stitch New England. And I joined her 2 clubs, and I got this, which is a huge piece. I didn't know my pieces were this big, but it's a great piece. And it's Atomic Ranch Fabrics, and it's 16 count Ada. It has it's called Vapors. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think it's blowing out. It's a light blue, purple kind of fabric, and it's 16 count. I'll get lots of fun things stitched on that. So I got that this month, March. And I don't think I showed this to you. And I got this one last month. And a lot of people have stitched on this, lots of different things. And I really like it. Am I stitching a piece? No, I haven't cut it yet. This is called Freeze. Same thing, 16 count Ada. Oh, look at the colors in that. It's got purple and tan and I just love that piece. That is going to be a fabulous piece to put something great on. I think I have a couple of ideas what I want to put on that. So those two pieces, I think that was February's, and this was March's, or it's March and April. I'm not sure if it's a month ahead. I don't remember. So those came in the mail in the last 2 weeks. Trying to get caught up on everything that I got. And then I was at, Stitchy U, that's not the name of it. Maybe I can figure it out from looking at pieces of fabric. No, I'm not remembering. Something U did a pop-up shop in Pittsburgh at the retreat. It'll come to me. Maybe it's on the patterns I bought. No, it's not. It's okay. It'll come to me. Or it won't. Anyway, I was sitting there at my table, and Amy, my stitching buddy, came back with a stack of things that she got at the pop-up shop, and one of them was the silk pack from Trenway. I think it's spelled Treenway, but I think they pronounce it Trenway silks. That was the tea time thread pack that all the designers did I think there were 25 designers that did a design for market, and they used these 4 colors for their designs. I know Bendy Stitch did one. I don't think I have any of those patterns yet, but so what I did was I didn't order anything at market because I knew I was going to this retreat, and I'm also going to a retreat in another 5 weeks in Canada, provided I get my passport that I've renewed. Fingers, toes, please cross everything for me that my passport comes, or I'm going to be out a lot of money, and I'm really disappointed because it is also my birthday present to myself. And I sent it in February, so I should have it by May, right? Oh God, I hope so. Anyway, all that to say, so trying to be good. So I didn't order anything at or buy anything from the market releases. So I've gotten 2 so far through that giveaway that I got through Hello Liz Matthews. But anyway, they did a pack. It's a stitch along pack, a tea time like that. And there were 4 colors, and these are the 4 colors. So it's that really pretty, I don't know if they name them. I don't think they name their silks. That's interesting. They don't name them. So these are hand-dyed in Denver. These are from my area, Denver, Colorado. Hand-dyed in Colorado. Silk from China. And they're all silks. And so I got this one. And then these 3 came. And I thought the colors were really, really pretty. And I saw these. Well, she came back with them, and I went, oh, I want those. So I scooted my little fanny over and picked up those. There were just a few of them. I was very lucky to get them, which really worked out well because my Rebel Stitcher pattern, this pattern, I wanted to start it, and I really liked that maroon color, and so that's where it is. That's how I started it. And I started it with that in the corner. I liked it, and nothing against the designer or anything. In fact, I told Colleen, I met Colleen while I was there, the Rebel Stitcher. I told her that I was changing this, and she said, oh, that's great. Tag me, I want to see what you do with it. And I really liked that maroon on this fabric, because that's the other thing I bought at the pop-up shop was I got a whole half yard of this fabric because I thought the fabric was amazing. And if you spent so much, you got so much off your next purchase. So that saved me some money on this big piece too. And it is, and I took it off. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway, there's a name of that for that. Ada. I don't have it. I don't know what I did with it. It's Ada. It's 16 count. Either 16 or 18. I think it's 16 when I look at it here. So I thought that was really pretty, and I'm going to use this green. I'm going to use all these colors in this. And then I'm going to, and then I've got some other silks there's some crowns here that I definitely want to do in gold. So either I'll do them in a Kreinik or a petite rainbow, whatever that's called, fancy floss, and then, or I could do it in a silk because I have some gold silks for my Hakron Hollow piece shores. I have some gold silks for that. So I'd like to do all gold silks, or all silks on this, because I think the green will work well with this green. I think it'll look good on that fabric. Looks good. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with I think they're blues and dark greens. I don't know. I'm going to play with the colors on this. And like I said, Colleen was fine with that. Rebel Stitcher was absolutely fine. And I think most designers are. They like to, if you want to make it your own, or you have what you need to do it out of your stash and you don't want to buy the called fors, do what you want. Because the called fors, I believe, were colored cotton, and DMC's maybe weeks, but I decided I wanted to do it in silk because I thought it'd be really pretty in silk. So she had this was there, this actual piece was there, framed and everything. She did a little trunk, she brought a trunk show to the pop-up store. The pop-up shop was Crafty You, Stitchy You. Anyway, Janine, she was great. She has a great shop. And so Colleen had brought a trunk show, so we got to see all her projects, and that was fun. That's the other really fun thing about going to these retreats is generally, I don't think I've been to one that didn't have it. So they have trunk shows, so designers bring their trunk shows or send them. And so you get to see the pieces in person, which is just so amazing to see. And when you see things in person, then you want it all. So there is that. So I bought that, and then I bought this piece, which I really liked. These are definitely, I'm almost positive these were all on the, this is Jody Fabrics. Jody's one of the gals that is in the Steel City Stitchers foursome, and she does really beautiful fabrics. So I really like that green, and I really liked this blue, and you probably can't see it. You might be able to see it. I can't tell for sure. It's got sparkles in it. And again, Amy showed me a piece she did on this very same fabric that was cool. It was a Barbara Anna, I think. I don't think it was a Dreaming Girl, but it was similar to that. And because Amy really loves Barbara Anna, and I do too. But she's done a lot more of her projects than I have. But this was 14 count. Is this 14? This is 18. This is 18 count. This is 14 count. But I thought this would be really great to put Christmas ornaments on because it has that sparkle. Again, I can't tell if you can see the sparkle. The sparkle's coming off on things, so I know it has sparkle. And then the patterns I bought. I had just finished Tiny Valentine Town. in February. And I saw this and I wanted this. This is a tiny Christmas tiny town. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Heart in Hand Christmas Tiny Town. I may even make that into a drum. We'll see. I'm broadening my horizons. I'm going to do strawberries, biscornus, and drums this year. That could be a fun drum. And then I saw this I didn't see it stitched in person, but it was laying there and it just jumped out at me. I just love this. And it's a Lindy Stitches, and you know I love Lindy. I love, I think her name's Michelle. If it's not, I apologize. Anyway, I love Lindy Stitches. And I think that is fabulous. And I hope I hope there's going to be more of them. I think when I watched her last one, she said this was the first of many. I love her. Look at that. Look at that. Ugh. She does amazing things on her. Look at that. She drew that, I know. How cute that is. Oh, there's one on the front too. Anyway, had to have that. I love that. And then, of course, I'm all things beach. And I think this is a March release. This may be a March release also. This is not. I know this has been around since Christmas. This may be a market release. When I said March, I meant market. I'm pretty sure this is a market release. It's called The Beach is Calling. My maiden name is Beach. I'm all things beach. I love this. It comes, you can do a drum, you can do a strawberry, or you can do what she called a game board, which I thought is kind of cute. What I would do is I'm not sure, I think I definitely probably do this. Not sure I do it on that sand color. I might. I'm not sure. That one with the blues in it might be a great one to do it on. I would definitely brighten up this white. This is too much white for me. I definitely divide that up, add some color to that lighthouse. That's just me. It's too much white. I do not like stitching white. My white stitches don't look that good. Sorry for my hair. It's just everywhere. But I thought that was really fun. It has barefoot, trolley, lighthouse, boardwalk, shells, sand castle, waves, sunsets, beach, and crab shack. Yeah, had to have that. So those are the patterns I purchased. So what I stitched while I was there was this big boy. It's not that big, but he is for me because I don't usually stitch samplers. This was in the November 2022 Black Needle Society box that I was lucky enough to get because I wasn't a member. I wasn't a subscriber at that point in time. I am now because I finally got in. And this is how much I've done on it. We did not get the fabric. We did get the thread for it. And this is, so I had that fabric. I'm not sure if it's Forbidden Fiber or if it's Fortnite Fabrics, which I stopped my Forbidden Fiber, I think, because I wanted to try something different. I think I traded out when I went with Stitch New England. And then, so this is where I'm at. I did half of the flower and this part. I had some problems with my counting. I think I ripped out more than I stitched. But I got a little bit done. It's coming along. It will get done this year. I can almost guarantee it's going to get done this year. It's very fun to stitch on, and it's very easy to stitch on. Well, I thought it would be easy to stitch on. I didn't pick good spots to stitch on for a retreat. I didn't think I'd have that problem with counting. So this is the floss, and it was Forbidden Fiber floss, I'm almost positive. It's really beautiful. Everybody raved about it at my table. It's so pretty. So I stitch on that. And then I showed you I stitch on Women of Honor. And then the other thing I stitched on was my Biscornu, which the gal that, again, I can't remember her name, that made us this, had done Biscornus, and she gave me a lot of tips. So I'm doing this guy. Feeling crabby? And I worked on him yesterday when I got home too, or when I was home yesterday. I'm gonna work on him some more today. I got that much done on him. So I have one of my corner crabs. Oops. Corner crabs, and the bottom of it, I can't show you. It doesn't have a picture, but I can't show you the chart. It's cute. It has seaweed and starfish and all kinds of stuff on the bottom side of it. So this is the piece I got. It has a bunch of orange in this corner, so I'm going to do the other side with the orange that's down in this corner. I think it's going to turn out really cute. Oh, and that little needle minder is from my friend from DC, Karen. She made that too for us. So that was and I'm pulling all my own colors for that. All my own flosses. Saving a little bit of money here around the edges. And it all shakes out. But this was designed for this kind of a project because it all fits very nicely in these two little see-through. I think I'm gonna put one of my little, doesn't have a snap or anything, but I don't really need it. It's fine. But I could put one of my magnets with the strap that I use for holding my things on my Q-snaps on that. I was thinking of that. I have some short little ones that I could use for that. So I think that's it. Other than, oh, and then I got my shirt. That was funny. So I'd gotten, they call it spirit wear. Last year I got a blue pullover hoodie with the pockets, and then I got a blue zip-up hoodie with a hood. It was a little heavier, and I thought, I don't need to get more of that. Let me save my dollars for stitchy things. And then their hoodies, and both their hoodies were in charcoal, which is fine, but you know, it's not too colorful. But then they did this, and I was very fortunate that I got to get one of these because this color is amazing. It's very much my color. I love greens and blues and any kind of minty color. And so I was very fortunate that I got that. It's long. It goes down to almost my knees. It's like a sleep shirt, but it's super comfy, and I'm really happy I got it. So that was another one of my purchases. I think that's it. I'm looking around. I don't see anything else to chat about. So I'll probably see you in 10 days to 2 weeks, depending on how much content I have to share with you in that amount of time, how much stitching I get done. I'm meeting with my friend Jessica this weekend at a Panera's, and we're going to stitch this weekend on a Saturday. I also, a little bit of life. I'm struggling still with my hips and my bursitis, and I'm trying very hard to stay on the track I need to. I got off a little bit, of course, when I was on the weekend because I just didn't focus enough to get my stretching exercises done. And then I went Monday for my PT appointment, and she really worked me over, and so I was very, very sore yesterday. I hope there's progress. I can't tell yet for sure because I'm still having a lot of pain with that. So hopefully I was able to take my pillow that I sit on for my behind, because a lot of the pain I'm having is in my maximus muscles that are attached to this whole area where the bursa sac is in my hip. And we're trying to stretch those out and get them relaxed. And so I have a lot of pain in that. So I had my seat cushioned. I took that in my suitcase. I had my back, I got one of those kind of formed back pillows. I don't want to call it a pillow, but it is. I mean, you attach it to your chair, and those banquet chairs are not very comfortable when you're sitting there stitching a lot. I mean, we all try to get up and move around and everything, but still, it's a lot of stitching. Your back, my lower back hurts when I sit in those for very long. So I had that with me, and my butt pillow, I call it, and I was good. It really, really helped. I didn't get back spasms like I did at some previous retreats, so that was really good. So I was more comfortable than I'd been at a retreat. Annabella's, I had my back pillow, but I didn't have my behind pillow. So I think the two combined really, really helped. So if you have sacroiliac issues, I got it at Amazon. It was well worth it. $35. It was well worth it. Like I said, it has a strap that attaches to the back of the chair, conforms to your back, has some memory, and then sitting on that other pillow, I was comfortable. So that was nice. Yeah. I got choir coming up. I have a choir concert at the end of April. My sister's coming. I'm very excited about that. So that's a little more life. And I think that's it for now. So I hope you're doing well. It's spring here, but it doesn't really look like spring. It's the grass is very yellow still. There's no flowers anywhere. There's no leaves anywhere. As I've said before, I don't really stitch spring because we don't have much of a spring in Colorado. Kind of goes right to summer. Maybe we will have some in May. Hopefully the daffodils will peek through sometime in April and not get snowed over. But it is what it is. It's nature. Nature's going to do what nature does. So that's why I'm focusing on my friend Flossie and all her summer activities. And yeah, I think that's it. So bye for now. This is Stitching to Connect Annie. Keep connecting, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.